Hey guys, it's Empirant from Twitch. Today I just wanted to go over some tips and tricks to help keep your feudal age armies alive, be a little more effective with them, things like that. So I'm going to start off with a feudal army, or a feudal scout rush. So I just went 20 pop scouts. Now I've got 4 scouts out. Playing as Magyars here, good scout rush civ. So I'm going to unpause the game. And first couple tips I'm going to give is, one, you always want to use stand ground generally with your civs. That just keeps you from chasing random units into the town center, which if you've played this game for any reasonable amount of time, you know your feudal armies love to do that. And the town center is really the biggest danger to them generally. The next thing we want to do is actually use box formation. So you can see down here, for me the hotkey is X. But it's very important, especially when you're using small armies like this. And the reason for that is once our enemy gets some spearmen out here, which will hopefully be soon, it'll be a little easier to show. But if we're in line formation, like you start, if we click within, I believe it's 6 tiles, our units will run in a horizontal line like this. But if we click further out, they switch into a vertical line until they get close to the spot. This might not sound like an issue, but the problem is when you're switching from a vertical line to a horizontal line and back to a vertical line, certain units will run slower or faster, and it can make it really easy for them to get hit by spearmen and such. So we want to use box formation and be on stand ground, so when we come and hit their units, they have some spearmen out. Maybe? Hello? Yeah, I bugged out here. I think the AI might be bugged out. Okay. Alright, so now that spearman's out chasing us. So you can see as long as we stay in the box formation, it's really easy to control our units, stay away from the spearmen. Now, if we switch to a line formation, for one, they're spread out more, but also if we click away, further away, they change their formation. Doesn't want to attack us anyways. And it causes one of our units to slow down while they get into the formation. Makes it much easier for us to get hit. So again, we want to be box formation. And then we can run around. Now, next thing real quick is just showing how to properly micro. I'm not worrying about my eco at the moment. How to properly micro small feudal age melee armies. So what we're going to do, we're going to attack, watch for which one is getting hurt, and micro them away. That works for militia, for scouts, or any units like that. So stand ground, box formation. Okay, so for a Drush or Man-at-Arms, they're both going to play out pretty similarly. We are going to play it kind of like we did with Scouts, actually. It's not as important as with Scouts, but I still kind of like box formation here. And stand ground, very important. Do stand ground. From here, the only real difference between doing a Drush and doing Man-at-Arms is sometimes with Men-at-Arms, you're going for the kill more, where a lot of times with Drush, because their units can kill yours a little easier. This isn't really a good example because it's just one villager, but because their units can kill yours a little easier, you want to hit and run away if they try to attack you back. So we'll see if they do it here. So here we are just encouraging idle time from their army to run away, and the idle time is going to help just as much as anything else. I don't know why they're running away now. There's so much more, but still good for us. Okay, so all of that is very important. If you're a little higher level, there's something even better you can do. So instead of having your scout and your militia all as one hotkey, we're going to make them separate here. So now we have the scout as one and our militia as the other. And the reason this is helpful, if we can isolate one unit here, we're just causing idle time there. Let's try and isolate one unit. So if we can attack one unit and then get in front of it with the scout, we're a little too close there anyways to the town center. But you can cause a Vil kill that would have otherwise made it back to the town center. You can kill it simply by getting in front with the scout. This should be a little better here. So we attack the villager, and then we use our separately hotkeyed scout to just block the Vil by clicking back and forth in front of it. And then our Drush can kill him. So like I said, this does take a little more... microing. So a little higher APM, because you're having to control the scout separately. But it can be very strong, and the nice thing, as long as your units are on stand ground... Here might be another example. As long as your units are on stand ground, as soon as that villager dies... Oh god, they're sending everything. As soon as that villager dies, your militia or man-at-arms will stop. So they won't go chase some Vil that's under the town center, anything like that. Alright. So again, box formation, not as important here as with scouts, but still helpful. And then stand ground, so you don't go chasing Vils into the town center fire. And then if you're advanced and you have the APM to do it, separate control groups for the scout and the militia so that you can block with the scout. And that's pretty much it for controlling Drush and man-at-arms. Like I said, very similar, so I won't go over them separate. The only difference is you can take more fights with men-at-arms than you can with the militia. Alright, and now lastly, with microing archers and skirmishers, they both micro pretty much the same. So we have our group of 10 Feudal Age archers with full upgrades against 12 enemy archers with full upgrades. So you can see if we don't micro at all, exactly what we would expect happens. So if we just let them fight, we are going to lose, as you would expect, because they have more units. So it goes exactly like you would expect. Alright, so now we've seen what happens when we don't micro our archers. Now let's try to micro our archers and see if we can beat our opponent here, even though they have more numbers than we do. So to micro archers, you want to shoot, then move right away, and then as soon as you think your archers will be able to again, so about a second, you want to shoot again. You can either target fire, or you can use your stop hotkey, and your archers will stop, and then immediately fire at the enemy. Okay, that is mostly useful if you have a lot of numbers and you're worried about overkill from your units. So say it only takes 10 of your units to one-shot one of theirs. If 15 of your units all fire at one, you're wasting 5 shots, basically. So the stop hotkey will cause your units to just automatically fire at whatever's closest of theirs. So it's a good way to spread out damage so you don't have so much overkill if you have a lot of units. But otherwise, you're going to shoot, move, shoot, move. And again, I actually kind of like to use box formation here as well. Just prevents some of the slowing down and speeding up of your units as they move around and try to move in and out of line formation. So box formation kind of prevents some of that, and I think it makes it a little easier to mic. Okay, so let's give this a try and see if we can win this fight. Alright, so we can see not only was microing able to win us the fight, but we actually only lost 3 of our starting 10 archers, and we were able to kill all 12 of theirs. So microing archers is very, very useful and very strong. And skirmishers really work the exact same way. The only thing you have to remember with skirmishers is there's a little longer frame delay. So it can be... so you just have to wait a little longer between moving and clicking to attack. Okay. Now, one last thing is just microing melee fights. So pretty much any melee fight's going to be microed the same way. Here we have a 3 militia drush against another 3 militia drush, but it'd be very similar for scouts, fighting scouts, men-at-arms. You even really do the same thing for like scouts fighting pikemen. If you're trying to just take care of one pikeman or something and keep your scouts alive. So basically what we're going to do is as we engage here, usually one of our units will be getting attacked by the rest of theirs, or all of their units. Usually this happens because of target firing or target clicking with the melee units. Here, the AI is likely to attack my front militia because it's the first one all of them see. So all I'm going to do, once I see this unit's getting attacked, I click the unit away. Their units will then follow, giving my other 2 units free hits and also saving the now weakened militia and keeping it alive. Okay. One easy way to identify quickly and not have to worry about misclicking up here as to which one is the weakened unit. You can also always click their portrait on the bottom as you see its health going down. That way you know you got the right one. It's a little more mouse movement, but you don't have to worry about accidentally misclicking the wrong unit up here when they're all bunched together in a melee fight. Okay, so let's see if we can micro this fight and win it, even though we have similar army combos. So I identify the one being hit, and I move it away. Gives free hits from other units. I figure out another one being hit. Put it there. And it's all about giving my other units free hits. There we go. And we were actually able to keep all of our units alive there. Alright. So that's how you micro small scale melee battles like that. And this has been a video about how to micro feudal armies. I am Empirant from twitch.tv/Empirant. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Also, stop by the stream. Link is down in the description below. Love to see you there. Drop a follow. Drop in some time. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. What the?